Hello, hello, hello. Now I know that there was like silence at the beginning. That's because of the recorder. The recorder's very evil. But either way, hello and welcome to another Minecraft Survival Series episode. And we're almost done with the pyramid. We just have to make one more level, and then it's 100% complete. So, without further ado, let's get into the building. So in today's building, we're pretty much building the final layer. There's nothing too difficult about that. So we already finished making the second layer maze, so that's finally complete in 100%. So that's pretty good. We're pretty much almost done. We're like 2/3 of the way done because the first third is done, second third is done. Now it's time for the final third to be finished and to be ready to be played with. So that is hopefully we can get into that, and hopefully we can finish the walls and maybe the roof today. Yeah, there we go. Now all we have to do is simply add the walls first. As you can see, there's like a little water hole right here, where once you finish maze number 2, you can swim up to maze number 3. But before I can make a maze, of course I have to make a room. So let's start with making it 3 blocks high. So we're gonna make each room. Each of these rooms are 6 blocks high. So if you're also building this, then make sure the rooms are pretty big. Now I don't. Now if you want to build this exactly, like probably not you probably not gonna be able to build the mazes because I built most of the mazes off video. So yeah, you're not gonna be able to recreate every single thing because I want you to be creative and use your imagination to create your own very difficult maze so people can play around and have a hard time. I mean, make it, if you're super good at making mazes, you can make it so hard that even you it's even hard for you to get out of there. I mean, I never known a creator that's not able to get out of his own maze, but if you're that smart, then go for it. Go ahead and build your own maze. But if you want to recreate the building, then there's no problem. All you have to do is make a foundation 30 blocks wide and 30 blocks long, so it's a perfect square. Once you do that, you just pretty much add 6 blocks high. Like make a wall on the border of the sandstone. Make a wall, make it 6 high. Then add a roof, and there you go. Now the roof, to make it more pyramid-like, make it so, as you can see here, this is the end of the wall. Make the roof 1 more block higher than the wall, where you can't really enter the building, but it's still, this is 1 block higher than this. This is the wall, and this is the roof. So it's very simple building. Do it 3 times in a row. There's 3 levels. The first level, the first room, and then the second room, and now where I'm building right now is of course the third and final room. And once you get down, and once you finish the third room, well, you're pretty much finished. Unless you want to make it even taller. I'm not gonna stop you there, but I'm gonna stop myself because I've been mining a lot of sandstone and getting a lot of materials. I've been through a lot of pickaxes. I mean, this one's actually pretty good. It actually has fortune, and I could actually be using that for diamonds, but of course, I also have to get some sandstone. Now I'm already getting ready for the next build already. You might go like, whoa, you're already getting ready? Yeah, and that's why. And you might be going like, why are you getting ready already? Well, that's because whenever I'm not building, whenever I'm like most of the time I'm bored and I just want to play Minecraft but sometimes I really can't because when you play Minecraft, you have to build something sooner or later. I mean, first you have to get food, and that probably won't take you long, probably 10 minutes at most. Once you get more food, you probably want to go mining. Once you do that, which probably will take you about 20 minutes, which I guess 30 minutes is a long time for relaxation. But let's just say you're having one of those relaxation days where you really don't need to do anything. Well, there's a simple answer to that. I just think of building something else. Like sometimes I do have a creative world whenever I want to think of something else to build. Like whenever I just have nothing else to do on my Minecraft world, and I already played a lot of Marvel Contest of Champions, then I just go to my creative world and go like, well, what do I need in my world? What's a cool game, or what's a cool building that I could build for my world, and then I just think about it. Just add random blocks here and there. Think about it, make it better, and then finally add it into my world. It's simple as that. Nothing incredibly hard to do. It's very simple to build stuff in Minecraft. I mean, if it wasn't simple to build stuff in Minecraft, not everybody would play Minecraft. I mean, this game is for everyone to show their creativity, their natural lifestyle, and how they are able to survive in the wild. Well, it depends if they're playing on creative mode. If they're on creative mode, then they pretty much don't have to worry about survival. But I do. I'm running every day. I have to think about, oh, I'm running out of food. Oh, my diamond armor is breaking. Oh, I need a new horse. Now it's 15.4 came out when this video was recorded, and it's just very annoying that there's a very annoying horse bug. And this horse bug, it doesn't have to do with nothing with really doesn't have to do that much with the horse, but it kind of does at the same time. So whenever I exit my world and then rejoin it, sometimes the horse just disappears. Don't know where it is. It pretty much disappeared from the earth. And the worst thing is, it disappears with my saddle and my leather armor. Now, I can tell you from experience that leather armor, saddles, are no easy thing to get these days. That's probably a very rare thing to get. One of the most rarest things to get in Minecraft these days, and it's not simple to get those back. So the good thing is I still have my very awesome fishing pole, and I continue to enchant more fishing poles just in case whenever I die or whenever I accidentally throw in lava. But I don't think there's much chance of me throwing it into lava. I think there's more chance of me dying or something like that. So I do enchant lots of my shovels just in case something bad happens. And yeah, I'm always prepared for the worst. It's a good thing to be prepared for the worst, because it's not every day where you're gonna have a sunshiny day. But either way, I've been talking about last video I was talking about my top 3 favorite Nickelodeon shows, and I started the very first episode talking about the one, the only Drake and Josh, the best reality Nickelodeon show, and it's my only favorite Nickelodeon reality TV Nickelodeon show. I mean, no other reality show in Nickelodeon, or probably no reality show in any channel, is like Drake and Josh, Legends. That's why it was one of my most favorite shows in Nickelodeon, because it made me love what I hate. I mean, right now I don't really like reality TV shows, because to tell you the truth, they're not really interesting or awesome or anything that I found interesting. So, and it did a good job. It made me interested. I loved it, and that's a great thing for a show to do. Make you love something that you really don't usually love. I mean, if a show can do that to you, then that show is probably a pretty good show. But either way, we already talked about Drake and Josh in the last episode. This episode, we're gonna be talking about my second favorite Nickelodeon show, and that show is the one, the only, Very Odd Parents. Now, Very Odd Parents is one of those shows where your friend, you might have competition with your friends, depending if your friend is, let's just say, a Cartoon Network fan, and you're a Nickelodeon fan, or the other way around, where you're the Cartoon Network fan and they're the Nickelodeon fan. Like, just if you weren't that much into TV, then this really it's not really relatable to you. But if you were a really good TV watcher back then, which is actually a thing nowadays, you're a TV watcher. It's very genius. But either way, so the Very Odd Parents is one of those shows where if you put it up for one of the best shows in the world, it would be right there. No questions asked. It would be one of the best TV shows and forever. Now, is it perfect? No. Is any show perfect? Well, duh. If any show was perfect, then it will still be here. I mean, Very Odd Parents shows every few months now. Doesn't show as often as it used to. But the recent episodes aren't like the best they have. They're like not as creative as back then. I mean, if you work for a TV show for about, I don't know, let's say, about 10, let's say about probably 20 years now. I mean, that is true. I think it is by about 20 years by now, because I mean, I think Very Odd Parents was created around the 1997 or 1998, around there. And it's about to be 2017, so it's about to be 20 years ever since the very first Very Odd Parents episode, the very first pilot episode. Now I understand that people, not the same people are not doing the show. It's not the same people from the very beginning. I mean, if it was the same people, they probably would have done the show probably a little bit worse, because their creativity fluids are probably gone by now. Their creativity taste buds are just disappeared, mate. It's just gone. It's no longer here. It's off in Mexico or somewhere. But either way, you can't. Here's the problem with cartoon TV shows lasting a long while, like more than 20 years, probably for longer than 10 years. I mean, if a cartoon show lasted for about 10 years, that would be a very long cartoon show. I mean, a normal cartoon show will probably last about 5 years. A very short and canceled cartoon show would last about 1 through maybe 2 years, or 1 to 3 years, depending if it was canceled or not. If it was canceled, then duh, you can't really control how long it's gonna last. But if a cartoon show only lasts for 3 years, it didn't do too incredible. But if it lasted longer than that, or longer than that, then it did a pretty good job. If it less than that, then it did it horribly. Like, if it lasted about if any show lasted about 3 years, it did a decent job. It didn't do horribly, and it didn't do incredibly. It did decent. It did average. It did okie dokie. But either way, Timmy Turner is one of those shows that last a long while. It's about to be 20 years now. I think about next year it's about to be 20 years. But either way, Timmy Turner is one of those shows that where if you have nothing to do, turn on the TV, you'll be spending on all those episodes on TV. But back then on TV, everything was scheduled. You couldn't choose what you wanted to watch when you wanted it. So if you wanted to watch SpongeBob at 3:30, but it only shows that during the afternoons, like at 12 o'clock through 12:30, then bad luck. You have to just get to the TV early or something. But nowadays you can just watch all these seasons non-stop and probably for free. And yeah, I guess it's probably all for free. I mean, I watch Timmy Turner for free on YouTube, so I'm returning to watch those episodes because I really enjoy those. I really enjoy the good old shows that make you think about the good childhoods. I mean, whenever you watch an old show, it just does something to you. It just makes you like go back in time to the time where you watch the TV shows. It's like a video game. It's like Minecraft. It's just like a Minecraft world, like a super old Minecraft world. I mean, I would go around my world, just looking at my old games, and I would just go like, I remember building this game back when I had 20 subscribers. Oh, I remember building this when I had 30 subscribers. Oh, I remember this when I met my best friend Juan and Jonathan. I mean, it just does. Old stuff just does to you. I think old stuff is like a time machine. It's like a time machine that takes you back in the good old days. Or depending on if the good old days were actually good. But either way, TV shows, some video games. I think pretty much any video game would do that if it's a good video game. If you memorize that video game, if you remember yourself playing that video game as a child or as a younger toddler, then that video game did a good job. It's gonna stay in your brain. You're gonna remember whenever you play that game. You're gonna go like, oh yeah, I remember playing this when I was 6 years old. I mean, that's a good TV. That's either a good TV show, it's a good video game, or it's even a good book if you're a reader. Now I'm not the biggest reader, but I guess I'm decent on reading books. I would read a book maybe once a year or something. But either way, back to the Timmy Turner. So I really enjoyed that show. Now, not only because duh, it's a cartoon show, but because it has its epic stories. And once in a while, it would have one of its specials. You know, it's super special. Doesn't even have special before the word special. I mean, the specials were incredible. My most favorite one was a four-parter episode, which I don't really remember the name of, but the 4 parts. It's very incredible. It's about Timmy Turner getting a super magic muffin, which he eats it first, and everything that he wants just pretty much happens. Like anything. No, there's something about the TV show that I have to tell you for it to make sense. So, whenever you make a wish, if you had Very Odd Parents in that TV show, then there would be some rules, and those rules meant that you couldn't break those rules, and if you did, you would lose your Very Odd Parents. But with the magic muffin, which he got for his anniversary with his Very Odd Parents. Now with that very muffin, he would have the power to have any wish he wanted, no matter what. It doesn't matter what. It doesn't matter what a wish it is. It could break the rules if it wanted to. It's one of those magic muffins that lets you do the whatever the heck you wanted it to do with it. So that was a very incredible muffin. But that does mean that if somebody else takes it and eats it and thinks about something they wanted so much, then it's gonna do whatever the person who ate it before. It's gonna do whatever whoever that person ate it from. So it's gonna do whatever he or she wants. So let's say you ate the muffin and it's everything that you ever wanted. You say, I wish this would happen. Then it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and that's the incredible thing about the muffin. It doesn't matter who eats it. It's just gonna happen sooner or later. So you can already tell that's actually a pretty good episode. I mean, if somebody has that much power, then it's gonna be very dangerous. But either way, I'm not gonna spoil it all for you because that's actually a pretty good episode. I wanted it to be spoiled for me. If you've never seen the Timmy Turner episodes at all, not a single one, then you've pretty much been living under a rock. Unless you're like very young, maybe 6 years old, or okay, you have to be at least 6 through 10. If you're 6 through 10, I'll give you the excuse, or 10 and younger. I'll give you the excuse going like, okay, you have a reason not to watch that show. You don't live under a rock, okay? But any of you people who are older than 10, who are 11 and older, and never seen a single Timmy Turner episode or The Very Odd Parents, then I don't know where you've been. I don't know if you haven't even heard of the show. Then you've pretty much been under a rock, because that was the childhood TV show of back then. That TV show was so good that your friends would talk about it. So good that your own parents would talk about it. Either positivity or not really positivity. But either way, that's my thoughts on the Very Odd Parents show. It's my second favorite Nickelodeon show. And on the next episode, I'll be talking about my most favorite TV show / Nickelodeon show in the world. Now I'll give you a hint. His name starts with an S. But yeah, that's mostly the end of the video. I want to thank you for watching. We'll be finishing the roof and starting the maze in the next episode, so hopefully I'll see you there. But that's mostly the end of the video. I want to thank you for watching. This is Amazing Ruben saying goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.